Hey everyone, welcome to Area 616, and to the latest installment of How's It Looking, where I take all of the early reviews for a movie or TV show I could find, and put them in one place so that you can decide if it's worth your time even seeing it. Today's film, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The reviews I have here are from GamesRadar, Variety, The Guardian, Telegraph, Entertainment Weekly, The Wrap, The Hollywood Reporter, Collider, Indiewire, IGN, and ScreenCrush. A link to all of these reviews will be in the description. So, what's the agreements here between the critics? Before I get started, it's worth mentioning that the film opened to a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. But overall, critics have typically agreed that the film isn't perfect, necessarily, but it's definitely an enjoyable movie. The world building Rowling is doing here is reportedly quite impressive and well done, with it generally agreed that the beasts themselves are pretty awesome looking, and that it just feels good to get back into the wizarding world. Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian says, "Rowling and Yates have given us a terrifically good-natured, unpretentious, and irresistibly buoyant film." However, some reviews, such as the ones from IGN and The Wrap, say that while the movie is enjoyable, it doesn't quite recapture the magic of the Harry Potter films, with IGN saying, "The culprit is the dull directing style that doesn't allow the characters to pop or the plot twists to excite me like they should." The director is David Yates, who made the last 4 Harry Potter films, which were much darker than the 4 that came before it. With that said, one thing that surprised me was some of the reviews saying that this film was darker like they were. Variety's review says Fantastic Beasts does double duty as yet another imagination-tickling fantasy adventure and a deeply troubled commentary on tolerance, fear, and bigotry in the world today. With that said, the characters are reportedly fantastic themselves, especially Eddie Redmayne's Newt Scamander. However, Matt Goldberg from Collider states that, while the individual characters are charming, their relationships feel a bit undercooked, because so much time is dedicated to jumping between plot lines and recapturing beasts. Though he did also say in his review that Rowling does an admirable job of weaving all the plot lines together. This was, of course, J.K. Rowling's first time going from writing novels to screenplays, which may sound similar on the surface, but they are quite different in reality, with screenplays, for one thing, having a much more show-don't-tell style to them than novels would. Peter DeBruge from Variety says, unsurprisingly, Fantastic Beasts amplifies both the strengths and weaknesses of Rowling's storytelling approach, which unfolds in the episodic style of vintage serials. A cliffhanger-oriented tactic that works well in novels, where readers might otherwise be tempted to put the book down after each chapter, but feels less elegant on the screen, since viewers invariably commit to taking in the entire story in one sitting. One common complaint I found was that they couldn't necessarily see a reason for 5 more films. Aaron Whitney from ScreenCrush says, Fantastic Beasts is a good movie, and offers a fun and inventive return to Rowling's wizarding world, but it could have been a better movie if it didn't waste so much time trying to set up a new franchise. The second half of this film is so overstuffed and busy with subplots that it begins to lose shape. So, in closing, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is a fun and entertaining movie, especially for Harry Potter fans. However, it isn't quite perfect, and doesn't quite seem like it needs 5 more films. But with that said, the reviews are generally more positive than negative, and I'm very excited to see this movie. But let me know, are you guys planning on seeing Fantastic Beasts? Do you think it will be any good? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.